no. So now I want to put our hole through here. We'll do a sketch. Again, using this plane to keep our symmetry. And if we click point, if we just hover over this radius here, you'll see it gives us a center point. It just shows up the center point, and we can just click on it. You won't see the point because our sketch is buried inside this. We could go on slice graphics, but in this case it was only a point, so we don't really need to. So we're okay with that. We have got a point inside here now, and if you just go over it, it does show it up. I'll just show you with slice graphics. It is there, okay. But we didn't really need to in order to draw it. We can finish sketch. So that sketch, all that sketch contains is that point, okay. So now we click on hole. Straight away it guesses the point. It's a 20mm diameter hole, so we'll click on 20, and because we've drawn it in the middle, we want direction to be symmetrical, and we want to go through all. We don't need any threads or anything like that. We'll just click OK, and there you go. And again, we could have done that hole as part of our sketch in here, but if later on someone comes along and says, actually I want that hole to be 25, we don't have to go searching in various sketches for which dimension was set here. We can just go to this hole. It's just a case of making things simple, and that might sound a bit strange with such a small part we've drawn here, but when you come to large parts, complicated parts which are inside assemblies, anything you can do to make your life easier is better, okay? And we will look later at how we can make this even easier to find by renaming. Okay, so there we go. We have our part, and it's all drawn correctly. We've got the radius, yeah, but we need 4 of them, and we've only got 1. All we need to do now is create a pattern, a circular pattern. We click that, it will ask us our features. Now I find sometimes when you're selecting features like this, it's easier to select them in the browser. If we can just click on them here, and they'll highlight in green what they are. But it might be you just selected that one and you didn't select the whole, and you would only get this without the whole. So I like to go over everything that might highlight in that part, okay, and select those two. And now it will ask us, when we select all the features, it will ask us our rotational axes. Because we've got this circular shape here, we can just use that. We can just use our shape, okay. I'm just going to cancel this. What's good practice actually is to put an axis on there. So you click on axes, and like work planes, these are just features that help you draw. So you click axes, and I'm just going to click on this, and you can see it puts a line through, okay. It's just good practice to use those rather than the object itself. So we'll do that again. We'll do circular. The features, we'll select the extrusion and the hole. For the rotational axes, I'm going to select, instead of a feature, I'm going to select the axes. And you can see it's given us a preview, but it's previewing us with 6 items. We only want 4. We want those 4 around the full 360, so that's correct. We want them, now this orientation, you can see what this is correctly doing in our case is as it's going around, it's also orientating the part to fit. If we select this side, then it would still revolve around, but it wouldn't reorientate the feature, if that makes sense, and it would look, yeah, it just wouldn't look right. So you do have an option which you might need sometimes. In our case, we want to reorientate it, okay, and we click OK, and that's it. So if we go back now, we can see here's our part, and there we are. We've made it, and it was quite simple to make, really. Now I'm going to do a bit more just because I want to. Okay, if it was me and someone gave me this part, okay, we've made it. It's going to function correctly because our holes are in the right place. It's the correct diameters. This is going to slide over a pipe which is 80 diameter, a bit of tolerance. It's going to use these holes for some 20 diameter bolts or something. The spacings are all correct, but what we can do now is we can put our own kind of mark on it. I'm gonna put a fillet on this edge, maybe 5mm fillet. And I'm going to do it on the bottom edge as well. Okay, it just makes it look a bit neat, so you can see there. I don't like these sharp edges here, so I'm going to put something like a 2mm diameter roundness on all of these. Okay. Okay. And you can see that looks a bit neater. As a part, we've taken this one, and you can think of this as our brief. So this is, someone's come to us and says, this is what I need. These are the dimensions I need. What we've then done is made this part our own to make it look better. Okay. Just by simply putting a few fillets on. So you can see how powerful these commands are and how you can actually kind of prototype things as you're modeling them. Okay. And later on, when we look at sheets, we'll go out and we'll create our own drawing just like this with other items on. But for now, hopefully, you've seen how easy that was. It was just a bit of extruding, sketching on different planes, and then circular patterns, and here we are. So we'll save this now because we'll use it in future. So we're going to save this as example part 01. In my case, I've already got one, so I'm going to save over it, and there we go.